Most times when I head out to see a specific species of bird, I'll be honest, I'm usually pretty successful. And that's because I do a ton of research before I head out. I'm checking eBird reports, I'm looking at habitat in the areas I'm thinking about going. I'll talk to other photographers, I'll talk to other birders who may have had success recently. And it's all to put myself in a better position to succeed because I don't want to go out there and waste my day. But sometimes, no matter how much research and preparation you do, strike two for me today. Strike three, I'm out. You can probably tell I'm pretty bummed. This is wildlife photography, and things don't always go as planned. Today we're going after a very specialized Colorado bird. It's not endemic to Colorado, but damn near. It's about 90%. The population of this bird does dip a little bit into northern New Mexico, and I'm talking about the brown-capped rosy finch. And winter is a great time to get out and see this bird because they come down to the lower elevations, and like a lot of birds do in the winter, you can see them around feeders. So I am heading to, I think, 4 different locations where we'll see if they're around. And if they're on feeders, great. I'd love to just see them anyway. But of course, I'll be looking out to see if maybe they'll be up in some trees and we can get some more, wild sort of setting for the photos and video. So that's my plan, and I'm on my way. So let's go. Colorado really is just about the only state in the country where you can see all 3 species of rosy finches. Today, I was really trying to focus, though, on the brown-capped. And as I approached my first stop of the day, I also saw my first surprise sighting of the day. A pair of bald eagles way off in the field were both on what appeared to be a carcass, but it was so far away I couldn't really tell what exactly it was, but it was still pretty cool to see. All right, well, this is my first stop here, and it's sort of like what I was expecting. It's kind of in this little private neighborhood, and I'm not seeing, other than the bald eagles down there, which was a big surprise. I was not expecting bald eagles up here. I'm not seeing any flocks of like finches or really flocks of birds at all. And there's a lot of signs around here that are like private property, private residence only. So I'm not going to really mess around with that very much. And I'm just having a quick kind of peruse of the trees as I drive by here. But it's very much like a little private community, so I don't want to intrude or, get shot. So I'm going to have a quick look around here, but then I'll probably make my way on to the next spot. With no luck in the first location, I made my way on to my second location, which is here, Como, Colorado. And I was hopeful here because eBird lists from just days prior were showing brown-capped rosy finches by the hundreds. And the spot here in town is at these feeders, and it's important to note that it's not okay to photograph at people's houses without permission. Fortunately, the homeowners here are very birder friendly, but I still double-checked to make sure that it was okay. No rosy finches were present when I got there, but the bird activity around the feeder was still pretty high. And I waited and waited, but the rosy finches never arrived. Let's strike 2. Can you believe this? I don't strike out. This has actually been pretty tough today. The reports I had seen had been listing them by the hundreds. So I literally was like, you just show up and they're just there and take some shots and then call it a day, But it turns out birding is not that easy sometimes. So I am on my way to the last spot that I kind of know of. So yeah, we'll see what happens. And after a 30-minute drive and another scout through a residential neighborhood, it was strike 3. It's a good lesson to be learned that it's never easy, and sometimes you'll go see something that you think is going to be hard or tough to find, and it'll be in the first tree that you look at, and you're just like, oh, well, that was easy. But sometimes you get the opposite, and that's what I'm having today. I decided before making the drive of shame home that I was going to stop back in Como and look at the feeders one more time, since it had been almost 2 hours since I had been there. And boy, I wish I hadn't. And as I made my way down the little side street leading back to the feeder, a large flock of birds was present. The rosy finches had come in. I immediately noticed a problem as I started recording. A resident from the neighborhood was walking his 2 dogs right in my direction. No, please go a different way. Please go a different way. And just like that, the finches I had been tracking down all day long were gone, fading away on the horizon. The 7-second video clip you just saw and this lone still were all I had to show for my efforts on the day. All right. So the total encounter was about 10 seconds maybe. So yes, I saw him and I'm happy about that, but man, it was a real unsatisfying encounter. So that's a bummer. But again, that's been my lesson today, is that's birding for you. So anyways, yeah, all the clips and photos you saw is everything I saw too. When they flew off, it didn't look like they had gone very far away, so I walked down the road to where it looked like they may have landed, but then I never saw them ever again. So I don't know, but yeah, I mean, I'm happy to see them, but at the same time, I'm bummed. I wish I could have had just even like a minute or two with them instead of just 10 seconds, but it is what it is. Later that night, while I was playing video games with my friends, I was still down about how that encounter had unfolded. The brown-capped rosy finch was still in my head.
Well, you really blew it out there today, kid.
I'm 47, I'm not a kid.
Really? Says the guy playing video games alone on a Saturday night.
My friends are in the game, I'm not alone. And having a good friend group is exactly what I needed to pick me up.
God, you really disappointed me today, Scott.
Scott, you have a tiny
That's uncalled for.
Scott, I may not bird, but I think this is the only type of bird you ever find.
Hey, Scott. As a birder and birdie YouTuber, I totally understand your frustration. But, bro, I found rosy finches in Saskatchewan. You had, way better odds and you still it up.
Oh, God, you're back?
See, even your friends know. You're a failure. A failure. A failure. A failure. A failure. A failure.
You're a failure! That's why you can only live in Colorado and inside my head! There's a poker term out there called being pot committed. Basically, the idea is that you have bet so much money into the pot that you can't fold. You're committed. You're pot committed. And basically, it's a ride or die hand. I am now pot committed on these rosy finches. I can't fold. I can't leave it alone. Yeah, I'm in. So we're going back out for them again. It certainly isn't because of my ADHD hyper focus problems. Yeah, it's definitely not. It's definitely not that. And on this Rosy Finch revenge tour, I wasn't going to any of the same locations I had gone to the week prior. And my target area today is more than double the distance from last week, so I was really pot committed now. Look at all the snow they got up here. Wow, I am in a place in Colorado that actually feels like winter. It's bizarre. It has been a very bizarre winter for Colorado, especially in the Front Range, where, man, it just has never really felt like winter. But this is, this is nice up here. And after another hour of driving, I finally arrived at my location. During the gold rush, this town once had 3,500 people living in it. Now in 2026, there's 63 people. The good news was, as I was walking around exploring a little bit, I started hearing some bird activity. This mixed flock of black and brown capped were exactly what I was looking for. The small flock was alternating between being up in the trees and then going down to this feeder. It was really fun catching some of these in-flight shots as they moved off the feeder. Everything was going great, until all of a sudden, it wasn't. Just like last week, an unforeseen intruder, this time a raven flying overhead, sent the flock flying off into the distance. The week prior, I had complained saying that I wanted just a minute or two with the finches, and truthfully, that's what I just got. So I was feeling a little bit of redemption as I drove into the nearby town of Victor, not realizing that the redemption arc was about to go to a whole new level. Out of nowhere, while I was filming some B-roll of the town, a large flock of birds flew right overhead. There's no way, right? I was able to get a little bit closer and confirmed these were all rosy finches. All of the eBird reports I had been seeing over the weeks of 100 plus in the flock, I was finally now witnessing with my own eyes. And everywhere I looked in the sky, more were coming in. At times, the flock would turn sharply in unison, and it almost looked like murmuration when birds are trying to avoid predators. At one point, the flock flew right over my head. And the chaos was difficult to photograph, but these were my favorites from the encounter. It was a monumental relief to finally have that encounter I had been searching for. Are they still flying around? Yeah! Oh man. Yeah, it was worth it. It was worth it, man. I did not want to come up here today. I was ready to sit there and watch football, and then I'm like, well, I've got to do this. Like, I cannot be lazy with this, and I'm very glad that I came up here. So anyways, rosy finches, done deal. You can check them off. Hopefully, I think the video is going to be pretty sweet. So you would have just seen it. So hopefully it was good. But anyways, thank you for watching this one. I am out of here from Victor, Colorado, up here in the mountains. What a day. There you go. The lesson is don't be lazy and give up on something. Keep pushing until you get it. So yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.